Marketing your music today is the most important thing you could be doing. It is what majority of the independent artists today do, and there is a reason for it. Creating an identity, selling that identity, and reaping the rewards is all marketing is, and it leads to massive blowups. There are loopholes and shortcuts that make marketing 10 times easier. Today, I will break down how you would need to be marketing in 2024. Let's get started. First things first, who are you? Before we can start marketing ourselves and our music, we have to figure out who we truly are and who are we as an artist. For instance, I'm Torusi. I make content on music. I make silly skits promoting my music, and some may say I have a sound of my music that can't be found anywhere else. Now that seems a little too broad, but if you start to look deeper and deeper, you can see that there is character in and out of itself. And there's character to me and me alone. I am not found anywhere on this earth but here, and that is what makes me special. As for yourself, who are you? Is your sound distinct enough so people can recognize you? Do you have unique characteristics? Do you make videos like silly little skits on it? And all of these make you stand out from the rest of the people around you. Ask questions and figure out who you are. This will give you a better understanding of what you can use to your advantage, and I will touch on that a little later. I wanted to talk about social networking. After you figure yourself out, we can touch on social networking. Social networking is using social media, social platforms, and just any application to communicate with somebody. This gives you an advantage over the people that don't do it by reaching out to people that may not know you exist. The main platforms I use for social marketing is Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and WhatsApp, as well as Discord. On these profiles, I set up an account that looks very professional, it looks very tidy, and it looks legit. It looks like the real Torusi. And no one wants to work with someone that it doesn't look like they have their crap together, so figure it out. Having a clean profile, it helps with that. Add links to your music, prices in your highlights, a clean bio, a nice looking profile picture. The list goes on for making an account look great. Just make it look great. For Discord, there's a couple servers out there that allow you to join them and promote your music and talk to new artists. And that's the same thing for WhatsApp. You can be added to a group. Same thing for Instagram. You can be added to a group and get to know people, get features, give features. And for personal experience, I talk to fans on WhatsApp. I talk to fans on Instagram and Discord. They're all DMing me, man. And it just gives me ideas. It sparks ideas because they talk about features and like just all sorts of things. It can span from content. It can span from just music, just whatever it is. And I love seeing you guys' comments. I appreciate every single one of you. And finding these servers is as easy as looking in description of your favorite YouTubers. Just like me. Did I mention I have a Discord server? I'm trying to grow and keep my server alive, and the only way I'm able to do that is with people like you. By joining and just chatting it up with people on the server, you can gain some knowledge that you probably didn't know before, or have a possibility with working with another artist on the server. Link to my server is in the description. For Instagram, again, I do use it for communication more. I use it for communication and promotion the most. Instagram has led me down a path where I've met dozens of friends just because they DM me because they like my content or my music, and then we'll work. As for YouTube, I use it to make content just like what I'm doing right now, helping you guys in the process. I also do get something in return. I just get your views, and I also get your listens if you ever do so happen to check out my music. Now, even though this isn't like my music related, it's still general music related, and people want to check out my stuff too. After giving you some examples on how social media has helped me in the past, do you understand like how you can connect with people now? Not only are you getting more plays and listeners, but you're also connecting with artist friends that can give you features and getting better at music in the process. As well as I had multiple people be like, oh, I know this guy from this guy, so then he links me up with this guy. Also use these platforms to promote yourself and not just your music. People want a face behind that content, and a recognizable face behind music can help. Before I touch on what type of content you should be making, I wanted to touch on setting up an email. Setting up an email for your music and just your personalized work is such a life changer. Setting up a personal email and setting it in your bio, it attracts people. I promise you, I get emails about audio files like every other day. I set up my email, and when people are serious about working with you, they contact you through your email. Usually I'll get a DM like, hey, can I email this to you? And I'll be like, sure, go ahead, bro. I'll check it out. As well as email is just way more professional than going through DMs. Not only can you receive, but you can also send. What I mean by this is if somebody has an email in their bio, you can always shoot them some work and then be like, hey, I would like you to be a possible feature on this. How much would that be? Or like, hey, can you rate this beat and tell me how I can do better? And honestly, with those bigger creators, they would rather have an email because email flushes out the DMs. Because DMing, they probably get like 100 DMs a day, and they probably get like 10 emails a day. That's just an example. I'm not trying to, I don't know how many emails they're getting. But set up that email and put it in your bio. And jumping right into the content you should be making, that's totally up to you. Your phone is just enough to record. Don't worry about buying anything fancy. If needed, I'd buy a tripod for your phone, and that probably be it. Probably a little light. That'd be it. It is as simple as lip syncing your song with gameplay in the back of it, dancing to your song, and just so much more content. And I'm gonna tell you something real quick. The psychology behind content is people do not like being told what to do. Like, if you came on here and said, go listen to my song or go like this post, I'm not doing any of that. When you make content, make sure your song is somewhere the viewer can access it. Sometimes in the description, most of the time it should be in your bio. Making said content, do not make it feel like you're asking something from the viewer. That's number one rule. Other than that, make it, promote it several times a week, and if you need inspiration, my Instagram, my YouTube shorts, my TikTok is all in the bio. One last thing I want to touch on before closing out today, I wanted to talk about making a website. The reason I mention this is because you can be more accessible to the viewer. Having a website just looks more appealing, and there are apps that allow that, like Weebly, Canva, Wix, the list goes on. It's just up to you which website builder you want, or even just get someone to build your own website. And if you want more control, I would recommend buying a domain and then going through that domain and making a whole website. Obviously, you're probably gonna need some help, so you probably hire somebody. And hey, a website is something that I'm thinking about also. I do not have a website. I only have a link tree, and I do recommend you also getting a link tree if you don't have a website. Because if you had a website, people can go to your website, they can buy your beats, they can order features. On that, it's just so customizable, and it's something that I'm wanting to do. And just reading what I have in my script, I want to do it now. Anyways, I hope you guys could take something from this video. If you want to see more marketing content, or if you just want to see other content in general, go ahead and click subscribe and like the video if this helped you out. Other than that, I love you guys. Stomp on the devil and peace.